Good morning, everybody. It's time for the morning fishing report. Boy, it's a pretty summer morning. It's Tuesday. Left the dock this morning. Air temps were in the low 70s. Water temps in the mid to upper 70s. Wind's blowing out of the southwest. It's freshened up a little bit since the sun came up. It's probably blowing 5 to 10 out of the southwest right at the moment. I'm in lower South Bay. I was fishing Loftus shoal out on the edge. And then I also fished. I only brought one rod with me this morning, and I brought one lure. I brought the hammer spinner, and I've been casting it all morning in different weed beds around the islands. The south side of the island was pretty good to me on the east end. And then I came back up in here into Loftus where I am now. I'm looking at Lakeshore and what used to be Boreos. And I didn't find any walleyes. I thought maybe I had one that I lost. I could just see him, but it's tough at a distance. You know, he was probably still 20 feet away, and I didn't get a good look at him, and he shook on the surface, and off he went. I had 3 pickerel and a big largemouth. That big largemouth was a pretty good one too. He was 3.5. He was all of 3.5. Skinny, but long. I mean, that's an exaggeration. I don't know how big my hands are, but he was a good one. And you know, it's funny. I've told everybody this. I don't fish for the green ones very often, and not that I was fishing for him. But when you set the hook on one of them, it's just a different feel. It fools you at first because now largemouth are jumpers. You know, they, especially when you get them in real shallow water and they can't go anywhere else, so they go up. But boy, he really dogged it hard. But he was no match for the. It took me a while to get used to this particular rod. This is the Douglas DXS 763FF XF, extra fast. And everybody knows I changed reels here recently, and I outfitted both my Douglas rods with brand new Lew's Hypermag spinning reels. It's their top of the line spinning reel. It's also the most money I've ever spent on a spinning reel. The only thing I've ever spent more on, reel-wise, are trolling reels out on Lake Ontario and center pin reels up on Salmon River. What I will say, though, is to everybody out there listening to me, if you're a veteran like me, I got hooked up and I found a group in Bass Angler magazine. I still read magazines. I have subscriptions to 3 or 4 of them. I love magazines. I grew up on magazines. In Fisherman I get. Angler I get. Angler's a saltwater magazine down out of Metro New York, New Jersey. But I will tell you that magazine reminds me of the old Sports Afield or Gray's Sporting Journal. It's all full color. The production quality is just through the roof. But I read that. I love saltwater. I don't get down there much, but I like to read about it. But I also get Bass Angler magazine. I forget the guy's name who owns and runs it. He's from out west on the West Coast. But anyway, I saw an article or an ad for Army bass anglers, and I reached out to them. I sent them my fishing resume, and they put me on their media pro staff. And the beauty of this, not that I'm telling you this because I got on it, but they have it for all services, not just the Army, even though the Army's the best. They have it for all the services, and they have it for saltwater stuff too. But there's a large enough group of us underneath this umbrella, let's just call it all of our, veteran soldiers, and you have to be a veteran to be in this organization. But the discount program they have is worth it alone. I mean, you get a I forget what it was. It was like 45 bucks after everything was said and done. And to get in, you get a subscription to BAM, to Basslinger magazine. You got a bunch of free swag that they sent you, all kinds of cool stuff from lures to you name it. But the discount program is extensive. And if you're a veteran and you fish a lot, or even if you fish a little, I got those Lose reels at a 50% discount. So all of a sudden that really expensive reel isn't quite so bad, and you're getting 2 for 1. And so I couldn't pass that up, and I blew up my Revo X, my Abu Garcia Revo X. So that's back at Abu. They're going to fix it up, of course, great company. But I said, I'm gonna get something that I really want, and I've been watching. I fished Lose years ago, and I spent all winter watching Mark Zona on his YouTube network and channel of all the different shows he does. And him and Kevin Van Dam both went to Lose, and they're now under the same umbrella as Strike King and a couple other brands, so it makes sense. But I really liked some of the things they were doing. I like Zona a lot. That's what he fishes, and granted, everything those guys have is given to them, but it's still got to work, and it's still they can't be. I just get the impression that those guys aren't going to be out there hawking stuff for people that isn't any good. I mean, why would you want to put your reputation to that? But if you're a veteran, I highly suggest you look up, at the very least, you can go to Army Bass Anglers and see all the different organizations depending on what service you're in. So get a hold of those guys. Like I say, the program and the discount programs are more. There's Strike King, there's Lose, there's Skeeter boats. I mean, deals on Skeeter boats, really good deals on Skeeter boats. Boat wraps, you name it. So and it's not just the tournament guy. It's not. They have 2 different levels of participation in this. If you are a tournament guy, then that A-level pro staff is where you're going to be at. If you're just a guy that wants to, a recreational guy that wants to be affiliated with somebody, then you're at a B-level pro staff. So, but all in all, it's a great deal, and that's a little insight. So far, I love my reels. I love them. So I had a bunch of people ask me about these new reels and how I like them and what I'm doing, and also all of my new reels and all of my reels now totally will be going to. So this is Cortland Master Braid, Cortland Line Company in Cortland, New York. Growing up as a kid here on this lake, my grandpa was either organizing derbies or we would go and fish other derbies. And there was always somebody from Cortland Line Company there. They always gave out stuff. I still have the little pony spools. And if anybody remembers those days here on this lake and around this area, please comment below and tell me your memories of that. But there was always somebody handing out stuff. Like, you never went to a derby to the weigh-in and then came home empty-handed, ever. There was always little mini spools of Cortland Line, and in those days it was monofilament, but I like local as much as I can possibly like local. Mike Urema, I1 Baits, made in Phoenix, New York. Ian Renfro, Phoenix is a hub right at the moment. Ian Renfro, Brown Dog Tackle, who's been on the show already with me, is from Phoenix, New York. Douglas Rods is located, their headquarters are in Phoenix, New York. Brian Hammond, the Hammer Tackle, the Hammer Spinner, he's right here on the lake in Williams Beach. Carl Kapfer, Mad River Tackle, who donated to the he's right in Canastota. We have a lot of great stuff around this lake, and I try to stay local as much as possible. And Cortland's going to be another one of those great additions to our family. So I'm running long again. Big fish just jumped right there. Squirrel. All right, everybody, thanks. Have a great day. Get out and go fishing. And oh my God, another giant carp right there just comes up and goes boop, boop, like a whale breaching. All right, everybody, I'm getting out of here. Have a great Tuesday. Have a great week. Make it great. Make it great. We talked about a lot of stuff Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Today's Tuesday. How's everybody feeling? Anybody seen any differences? Has anybody really tried to make sure that they're as positive as they can possibly be in every situation in life? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks, everybody. Love you guys. Have a great day. And keep your tip up.